So if you notice in a lot of our training videos, we use a lot of food to reward dogs while learning and doing their obedience. It's extremely important to use some kind of motivation, whether it be positive or negative, to help teach our dogs. So the use of rewards helps teach our dogs that what they're doing in the moment is extremely rewarding, and that if they keep doing it, they will continue to get rewards at some point. So food rewards help make a behavior happen more often. It helps make the behavior happen stronger or faster in some cases. So in a lot of cases with pet obedience, we're teaching dogs to sit or down or place. In competition obedience, we're teaching dogs to do flashy and sometimes really difficult things. And food can be used in all of those instances to help not only teach our dogs behavior, but also help that behavior happen more and more frequently. If our dogs are doing something that we dislike, that's typically when we use consequences. Some consequences can be where we withhold the food. And for dogs like Mayhem, if I withhold food, it makes him a little agitated, and it makes him want to try harder and harder to make that obedience or that particular thing I'm asking him for happen so that he can get the food that's in my hand or that I'm offering to him. Food rewards are extremely important with dogs, especially because we wouldn't go to work without a paycheck, so why should our dogs? If I'm asking a dog to learn a behavior or to hold a behavior, then I want to also make sure I'm rewarding that behavior. So when we first start out with training, we use a lot of food. In all of our trick training videos, you notice that I go through probably a bag of food every single time I'm training that particular behavior. I'm using it as a lure, and every single time the dog completes that behavior, I'm rewarding them with that piece of food in my hand. When dogs really know and understand what sit means, or down, or place, or come, I might not have to reward them as frequently, but I still am going to reward them, especially in instances where it might be difficult, such as we're off leash at a park and Mayhem goes to run to check out a squirrel that happens to be running through the field, and I call him. I will absolutely reward him when he gets to me, especially if he does it the right way the first time. It's extremely, again, important that there's something in it for him, because a lot of the commands that we're teaching our dogs to do are not natural to them. So especially if it's not a natural thing or a natural behavior, I want to make sure that there is something in it for them and that they're extra excited and motivated to do what it is I'm asking them. It also helps to create a bond and a relationship with our dog. So when I'm teaching some dogs something new, having that food, especially as that reward, will help make that training repetition or training session really exciting for them, especially if they're extremely food motivated. Now, dogs who aren't food motivated, we help get them there by using typically their meals. So in a lot of cases, Mayhem earns his kibble during our training sessions. So instead of getting his food in a dish, I actually put it in my treat pouch, and that's what he earns when we're doing our training. So for breakfast and dinner, he's doing all of his fun tricks or his flashy competition obedience for his meal. If your dog isn't that food motivated or isn't that interested in their kibble, you can get them there. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of trial and error, but usually we just make their meal portions a little smaller. And by making their meal portions a little smaller, that helps them get a little hungrier later. And if they're choosing not to take their food, then we just end the training session and we try again later. So the food goes away and then it comes out later when we're ready to train. Dogs aren't stupid by any means, and so they're gonna get what is going on usually by the second or the third meal. And that helps to create that food motivation. Eventually, once your dog is food motivated, you don't necessarily need to use their meals, and you can use snacks or treats or their favorite high value reward. So The power of food is extremely, extremely great when we're doing any kind of training, whether it be something new or something difficult for our dogs. Food is a great motivation tool for any kind of obedience practice. So try using it, and if you have any questions, just go ahead and comment below, and we'll hopefully be able to help you out. Good boy. Good job.